Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How is everybody doing today? Um, Guys, what do we have on the docket today? It's Tuesday, January the 5th, 2021. Why do people say that? 20, 20, 20. Isn't it 20? 20. I don't know. They really emphasize the number. It seems like they're overemphasizing the number. 2021. I say 2021. 20. 20. I don't know. Whatever. Guys, we are going to talk about the 81 today. Excuse me. We are going to take a look at this moose. We are going to take a look at the bull moose, the good old bull moose. And it's just another fine piece coming out of GEC cutlery. And this guy here, it's really a bigger knife. You got two really nice size blades on it. You've got this awesome spear, and you've got this awesome clip. Now, I guess they did this, if you're out in the field and you shoot something, whether it be a deer, a moose. We'll talk about moose because if you have ever seen one on TV, they are mind-blowing on the size of them. You really don't realize how big a moose is until you really see one, up close on TV, or, that's the closest I've ever gotten to one. I've never seen one, but I heard that they are just phenomenal creatures. They're just unbelievable. And they are. So these people in Alaska, this is what they survive on. Their meat for the season, you know what I mean? The winter months, they try and stock up on their wood, and they got to get everything in place, man. And they got to get their freezers full. And if they get they're all on the search for the moose because it's a big animal, and it brings in, it could feed a family all winter. One moose, it could literally feed a family all winter when you size that up and cut that all up in the size. So, long story short, it takes a special knife to when you shoot that moose out there and you're out in the cold, rainy, snowy, or it could just be full-blown snow out there, because I've watched many series on TV when they do this. They sit out there and get out that knife, and they go to town, and they start chopping that thing up right then and there. There's no, you have to get that thing cut up into size, and they bag it right there. They got like these sacks. They bring along these sacks with them. And they cut up the meat, and they throw all the meat, the big chunks of meat, into these like burlap sacks. And they throw it over their back, and they tote that thing home, man. They tote all that meat home. It's just amazing. It takes a special person to be an Alaskan, to be a true Alaskan. It really does, man, because, you have to be strong. Your health has to be up. Everything has to be top to live out there in Alaska. First, you can't just say, oh, I got a toothache, I'm going to go to the, right up the corner there to the ER. No, man, that's all. You got to hop planes to get to the nearest town and all that other stuff to get to the hospital. And you have to, God forbid if something happens out there, you're done. I mean, your chances are you're probably going to die because people aren't going to find you, and it takes too long to get to hospitals out there. You know what I mean? But anyway, getting back to the knives that these people carry. First off, they're all homemade. First off, they make their own knives. They've got experience in just about everything, man. They can do it all. There's really not much that an Alaskan person can't do. You have to be highly trained and highly self-taught in everything. There's nothing you can't not know to survive out there. You have to know how to do it all. And when it comes to their knives, they they have some pretty cool knives out there to get the job done. And I've seen a couple of episodes when, not this, yes, something similar to this. I don't know if it's exactly the moose pattern, but the two-bladed knives that they use out there when they start going to town and taking that deer, moose, whatever it may be, apart, because that is serious business right there. And it has to be sharp. You ever see them go through that meat, man? And how they go through that lining of the membrane? And they pull that skin back. Do you know how tough all that stuff is, man? Do you know how tough that stuff is? Those knives, next time you watch that show or you happen to run into one of them, you have to realize how sharp. And look at the tool they're using to take that deer apart, man. I'm telling you, man. It's no joke. But this is the two-bladed moose. This is the bull moose, it's called. GEC calls this the bull moose. It's a two-bladed knife, which it's just a fun, it's a great piece to have on you if you're really going to bear down and you're going to do something tough. You got a big chore ahead of you. Let me see something. You got a big chore ahead of you, and you're gonna rock and roll. Now look at this, wide open, with both pieces wide open. Now, you're not going to tell me that if you're in the field, you're not going to get the job done with this. This is something you want in the field with you if you know you're going out hunting. This is your go-to. This is your hunting knife right here. This is what I would take with me as far as if I was going hunting. I don't really think that this is an EDC knife. Nah. It's too big. It's too big. You're not going to, you can. Yeah, okay, rock it, man. You want to EDC this? All well and good. But this is just not, this is not what this knife is for. This knife is for serious business, guys. Like you can see, like look at it. Look at it. You can tell it's meant for cutting carcasses, man. It's meant for carcass cutting. As far as I'm concerned. It just is. You probably just start out taking that deer apart, man, and then once this thing goes dull over here, then you just automatically come over here. Hello. And then you just switch it off, if I could see what I'm doing. And then you just come over here like this. And then you just keep going. There's no stopping, you know what I mean? You don't have to stop to sharpen up. They do in the field sometimes. I've even seen that. They give a quick touch up, but it's all about getting that meat back home. Doing it as fast as you can. First off, it's freezing cold out there. Your hands with that blood and all that wetness is gotta be so cold, man, even with the gloves on, because everything is so wet. Your hand, oh man, it's a serious job, and it takes hours to get that deer back home, and what it takes to get that deer back home. It is a I use the word lightly, but workout is not the proper word. It's a very, very vigorous, hard job, day's work to get him home. That's a full day. Sometimes they're out there at night with the headlamps on. You guys know what I'm talking about. But this is the knife for this. This is the knife that you would probably bring into the field with you. So, I mean, that's my whole story on it. But just a great piece for the collection. I thought you would like to see that. I'll show you the tube. The tube's really cool, man. Look how massive, like we were talking about. Look at the whatchamacallits. Look at that. The antlers. How big. You don't realize how big those antlers really are on a moose until you like see one, or if it falls off. I think they fall off or shed sometimes, and you could find them. And they're massive. They're massive. People collect them and hang them on their sheds and stuff like that. And, you know, they're decorative, you know. But look at the size. Look at their feet and all. But they're just cool, man. They're just cool. The Titty Bull Moose. Give you a look at the top like I always do. There's all your information right there in case you want to seek this one out. And it's just a cool piece, man. It's just a great piece. It really is. It's a big, like I said, it's a big knife, man. It's a big knife. I don't think that you could, you know something though, as big as it is, it's not really heavy. It's not heavy. I mean, it's not heavy. But it's big. But, and it's big and gorgeous. So, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is the 81 Bull Moose GEC. What do you guys think about this one? Would you guys EDC this? That's too big, right? Can you guys EDC that? I don't know. What would you guys do with this? If you had this, what would you use this for in a roll? All right, guys. I'm not going to keep you. I'm going to let you get down the road. And I just thought you want to see this one. And I guess I'll talk to you soon in the next one. Hope everybody's doing well. And, yeah, we'll take it from there. All right, guys. You have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye now.